Alright, hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to focus on our homeschool planner. For those of you who are new to my channel, I homeschool two little ones. One is, I had to think, 8. We had birthdays recently, 8, and the other is 12. I've been homeschooling for about a year and a half, and I realized that before this school year started that I needed a planner. I went through last school year without a planner and barely survived. I realized I needed a little bit more organization. So I came across this. This is a 2019-2020, so it's an academic planner. It's called A Simple Plan. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see it here. A Simple Plan for the Homeschooling Family. So I got it off of, I think I got it off of Amazon. I'll have to look, but I'll put it down below. And I got it because unlike a regular teacher planner, I didn't need a lot of place for grades. I didn't need a place to call, like contact list to call parents and things like that. This is specifically made for homeschooling families. And it is also made for big homeschool families. I don't have a big homeschool family, but I found a way to use the space. So you get a nice pocket. It feels like it's like just really nice, like cardstock, but it has like a glossiness to it. Almost like it was laminated, but not. So it's nice quality. We're halfway through the year and I only have a little bit of a bend in the corner, so not bad at all. And again, nice hard cardstock. The paper quality is pretty good. I haven't had any issues with it. They give you a nice Bible verse when you turn the page, and then of course you put your lovely information, which is not accurate. Look, you can go to the address if you want, but I don't live there anymore. All right, so then you put your children in. So I only have 2, so I just put in their name, their birthday, because I will forget what grade they were that particular year. We tend to do a year, like a grade a year or 2, just depending. So this year we project that Darice will be in the 4th and 5th grade. She's actually almost finished with, I lie, she's almost finished with 5th grade, I think. I think she's going to 6th. I have to look, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3rd grade. Yep, that's right. She's about to go to 6th grade. So I wrote that wrong. So it should have been 5th. Oh, I think she was finishing up 4th when I wrote it. So yeah, 5th and 6th. And then Atreyu is 2nd, almost to 3rd. There we go. So like I said, it gives you a lot of space. So you get space for, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids in this one book. If you have more, then you have this back page. You can start adding some more children. So they give you sample pages, which I really enjoy. I think I'm going to do it like this so you can really see them. Alright, so sample pages. They tell you how to write down like your weekly schedule, which is nice. So for each student, you write your student's name and then their particular weekly schedule. So if you want to do it by time, and then on each day what subjects they're going to do, and then you can also, for your knowledge, write the subject and then the curriculum. This is also good if you want to tear this page out and just give it to the child so they know, or photocopy it. That's fine. Let me make sure you guys are in focus. Let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit. There we go. All right. So then we have the year overview. You put, again, the student's name and then the subject. So each child per subject gets this page. And you have 1st quarter work, 2nd quarter, 3rd, and 4th. Now, when I got this planner, I was like, oh, that's cool. I can write down for week 1, 2, 3, and go down every single week and write exactly what they're going to do. So I'll know if I, go to a week, I say, oh, you're doing this that week. That was nice in theory, but I realized that I don't care that much. A lot of our curriculum is like a continuous, so I'm not jumping around pages. They just need to continue the work. I just need to know how many pages they need to do per day or how many assignments per week. I don't need to write all of this down. But it's nice if you need to. All right, and this is coiled, and the coils are like flimsy or plastic. If you use like Erin Condren or the wiry ones, these are not like that. They're more plastic, just to let you know, but they still hold up good. All right, so then you get a planner overview, things to accomplish. Now this comes at the month, and you'll see that as we get further on, but you have things to accomplish for that month, special activities for the month, and they tell you kind of some options for filling that in. Then you have websites you're going to use, which are nice for pre-planning. reading list, books you'll have your children read or books you may need to gather from the library, and then supplies needed. So if you have any like science projects, I know we use the Good and the Beautiful Science, and sometimes we have resources we need to get, and it's nice to just have those there for the month. Then you get a big, now this planner is big, that's why I'm having a hard time getting it all into the camera. This is, yeah, it's a big a very big planner. I'm trying to see what I have next to me that you can see. So if you are familiar with like an Erin Condren size, like the pages are, yeah, these pages are massive. So you get a 2-page monthly spread. So you can literally put anything in here. If you have appointments that'll interfere with homeschooling, vacation days, birthdays, special trips you're doing, whatever the case may be, you put it here. You also have some space on the side for notes, and then you get the month before and the month after, which is really nice. And these are just the sample pages, again, showing you how the spreads are. And then this is the part where you actually plan. So you have some choices. At the top, they give you the date and the day of the week. And then down the side, they actually give you, all of these boxes are open, they're empty. You can fill them in any way you want. They suggest either putting the classes, so you can put math, science, English, whatever, or you can put your children's names. So say for instance you have 6 children, but they're all, you know, very different ages, and it would just be a bit too much to try to put like 5 sciences or whatever. So you could just put whomever, and say they do all 6 classes a day, you would put Jody and all their assignments, and they would each have a box per day. Or you could do subjects, and then each child has a line. I think it's a little harder because you got to put them in the right order to know who's doing what. But you could color code it or whatever. And then I like the little circles. I don't know if you can really see them. Let me see. These little circles here, you can mark them off to say like it's accomplished, which is nice. I definitely utilize those. But yeah, so you get 2 pages for a week. So it's a Monday start. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday only. They don't have any weekends. So if you weekend homeschool, you could always use the notes with a little section for Saturdays and Sundays. But they do have a lot of space for notes, and I've definitely, again, utilized that. Now, they also have a curriculum tracker page, and you get a page or 2 for that. And you're going to just write down the subject and grade and then the curriculum. This is great for just keeping this as like your, what is it called? Like for your records, basically record keeping. What did you use for what grades? You could even put like smiley faces or happy faces, whatever. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, this is a great place to just write that down. And then you also have over here, this is a curriculum track too. So it says source, price, and notes. So again, saying, you know, where did you get it from, how much did it cost, and then did you like it, did you not like it, why or why not. So it's basically a 2-page document. And then here is attendance, and this is great. Just tracking attendance, especially if you have to do it in your state. You can literally just make a mark for every day the child attends, and then you could tally it up here and then have this as a great record keeping for attendance. So those are all just samples to show you how to use it. Let me show you how I used it. So I did put in days to remember here, and I also tried to highlight when I thought we were going to have holiday breaks. So I just put birthdays. They already give you the holidays here, and then so you guys can actually see. Let me try to do it this way. All right. So the student, put the student's name, and then I did the times. We do school from 9 to 4 every day. And I tried to kind of mark before the year started what I thought they'd be doing when. This isn't even real anymore. It's totally different, but it was good on my part to try. Again, I realized kind of as I got into it that I didn't need as much detail, but I do still utilize it in a more simple way. I have all the subjects here, and the curriculum I thought he was going to use. Again, this has changed as well. I didn't feel like changing it here because it didn't matter a lot, but this is what we started with. Math, time for learning. Science, time for learning. Language arts and language arts extension, time for learning. Spelling through time for learning. Bible, children's activity book. Group science, the good and the beautiful. Social studies, the story of the world, volume 1. Writing, IEW. And Spanish through time for learning. We're not even doing Spanish now. It's crazy. All right, and then I didn't utilize these pages, like I said, because we didn't need it. And so they give you quite a few pages of that, and then you get to your next student. So I did the exact same thing for my second student. Tried to map out the times, then wrote down the curriculum. And let's see, math was actually supposed to be teaching textbooks. I wrote this before school started. Teaching textbooks. The rest of those were time for learning. Group science, still the same. Oh, Bible, she's older. She does Route 66. Social studies, volume 1, IEW. So pretty much same curriculum. That, again, is not true anymore. So then you get a lot more of these because, again, it's made for 6 kids, which I don't have. I only have 2. And then we come to this page. All right. This page says future planning. So I went in and I wrote out all the extras. And let me see, I'm gonna definitely zoom this in so you can see the extras. See if I can pull it in for you guys. My handwriting is a bit of a mess. Hopefully it'll focus. All right, so we did cursive. I wanted them to do cursive handwriting. That would have been their second book, Jokes and Riddles. Basic Grammar number 1. Explode the Code. I wrote 2, 3, and 4. We did 2 and I realized we didn't need to do it. The Story of the World volume 1. Story of the World volume 2. I don't think we're going to get both of them done. We'll probably get, well, one of them will get both done and one we'll just get through one. IEW Student Intensive Level A. And then I decided we're going to have lots of unit studies this year as well. And I'll just back up a little bit here. Now the unit studies we were going to study this year are space, landforms, citizenship, time and money, presidents, major events of U.S. history, meteorology, poetry, fairy tales and fables, African American studies, dinosaurs, mythology, animals, and botany. That was very, very, I was very enthusiastic apparently when I wrote this list. Granted, we did cover a lot of it already and we are going to cover some more, but we probably will not get to every unit study on this list. And that's just because time is real. But I was very excited when I made this plan, and whatever we don't get to this year, we will do next year, because these are just additions to their normal curriculum. Additions. I was smoking something apparently. All right, so we move on to the next section. This starts July. We did not have school in July. We started in May, but in case you do start in July, that's when the planner starts. So again, these are just like the sample pages, but this is actually my real writing, what I really did use, and I'm gonna try to make it focus for you guys. But like I said, it's such a massive planner, it's really hard. All right, so here again, things we want to accomplish. I wrote that down, and then I also wrote our special activities, just like they showed us in the sample pages. And then I didn't utilize these the same way they chose. I think this is websites, and I didn't use it that way. I used it for, what did I use it for? Some things for our unit studies. Here, supplies I did do, and then reading. We were studying some presidents, so I just wrote the name of the presidents to get the books. And I'm not going to show you this whole planner, like month for month. I just want to show you how I did it. So then we'll back up so you can see. Again, here's that 2-page spread of the month, which I did use. And then when it came to this part, like I said, I only have 2 kids, and I didn't need every subject because we do a lot of computer-based work. So what I did was I made one, let me see, I think you can't see it in the camera. Hold on, bring it closer. All right, so I did, let's see if you can see it now. I did 1 line for my son, and then all of this is just his independent work for the week, so all the way across. And then for Darius, same thing, all the way across. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to do all of our group assignments in chunks. So it tells me what day we're doing it, and then what are we doing that day. So science, social studies, English, and then unit study, because we were doing all these together. Now we no longer do where'd it go? We no longer do social studies together. Oh, and the camera is really out of focus. Come back. There we go. We no longer do social studies together. Oh, every time I put my finger there, it's trying to focus. Hold on, we'll get you guys here. All right, yeah, we no longer do social studies together because the kids are such in different ages. It takes Atreyu way longer than it takes Darius to do social studies. So now Darius has the book. I tell her to read the chapters a couple times. She does her independent work. We talk about it. She tests. Atreyu has to listen to the audio version numerous times. We talk about it, and then he tests. And then he also is doing some geography right now, which has taken up some of his time, and he has not been able to keep up with the speed at which she's getting this done. So we don't do it together anymore, but at the time we were. English, they were doing Fix-It Grammar, Explode the Code, and IEW. We paused for IEW to get some more preliminary work done, some more foundation work that the kids had not received in public school. But they did do the Explode the Code. They finished that. And we are still working through Fix-It Grammar, and we do that as a group. Unit studies we still do as a group. And then science, we already did, we finished arthropods, and then we also finished, or we're finishing space, which are 2 big units that we did. So it goes on like that. I don't want to sit here and drag you through every day. Let me just show you some of the bonus things in the back. So every month you have the same thing. And then let's get to the back. It's May, and it goes all the way to May and June. Okay, so they give you all the way to June, so a whole 12 months. And then they give you some record keeping, which is nice. So this says records, attendance, and curriculum. I do try to keep attendance like this. I am not the greatest at attendance, and my state does not require me to keep attendance. I'm doing it for personal reasons. But this is an attendance tracker just like they showed in the sample. I made myself a little legend here of what it means. So red just means we were here. Yellow means we're taking vacation. And blue, what does blue mean? Blue means a field trip. So yeah, this is not all filled out, but it's pretty close. We don't take a lot of days off. But I just wanted to see for myself if we did more or less days than public school. Public school I think is around 180 days. I estimated we would do close to 200 days. It says estimated based on, like, if we didn't lose any days, we would have 204 days of school with 24 days to play with, meaning if I wanted to just cancel school just cause, or I wanted to sleep in, or somebody was sick, whatever, we had 24 play days to get that 180 days, which was nice to know. And we keep attendance for each child. Let's see, they give you some other pages as well. All right, so here, the curriculum tracker that I showed you earlier, I went and did mine. I wrote where I got things from. I didn't write all this because I actually had a whole spreadsheet when I bought everything. This was, excuse me, let's see if you can see it, additional materials. So more resources that I purchased. And then they give you, I use this a couple of times a week. This is so handy. This is like a grading chart. It's really, really simple to use. Let me try to pull you closer. Excuse me. All right, so the way it works is really simple. You go to the top and you find the total number that was in the test. So maybe it was 20 questions, and then you go down, and for however many they got wrong, you just follow it down and it'll tell you what their grade is. So it says number of incorrect, number of total. And it's so great for grading. I use it, like I said, all the time. We are a grading household. If you don't grade, then don't worry about that page. They also give you some bonus things, such as a suggested reading list. And hopefully these things are unfocused. But a suggested reading list by grades, titles, and authors, which is really nice. And I think this list is pretty conservative. So if that is your flavor, then you'll probably be interested in these books. They give you some steps to salvation. I did not utilize any of this. I think I might have read through it when I started, but if that's your flavor again, then that'll be for you. And then you get a testimony section where you can write your testimony if you have one. This is Christian based if you have not noticed. You don't have to be Christian to use it. Just don't use the pages you don't need. But suggested scriptures to memorize. They have a whole page of those, which is nice. And then they have other things like group and sports and things like that. You can note those here. We go to a co-op, but there's really no reason for me to put that information here. And you have plenty of pages for that. And then you also have some note pages. And then you have a lovely, another big pocket on the back. Like I said, this is a massive planner. It is very good quality. It is thorough and it is big family friendly. I love this planner. I will be getting it again. Even though I don't utilize it probably to its fullest potential, I will be getting this again for the 2020-2021 school year. So hopefully if you're a homeschool family, excuse me, and you're looking for a good planner, it's still not too late to get this particular one. You get half a year's worth of use out of it. And it was quite affordable. And if you're looking for a planner for the 2020-2021 year, I really recommend it. I use it every week. It is really awesome. It has made planning a lot easier, even though I don't plan as much in detail. It's just nice to kind of know what we're doing before the week gets started. Because if I forget, or if the kids come ask me something, I know I won't forget what they're supposed to be getting accomplished for that week. It keeps us on target, especially because we do a year to a year and a half to 2 years worth of school in 1 year. So hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions or if I didn't answer something specifically and you want to know about this planner or maybe other planners that I did look into but didn't purchase, do let me know. You guys have a wonderful day and hope to see you at the next video.